think we're going to get started right away. Yes. So thank you for being here. My name is Maddie McEwen. I am the Program Associate with the Center for Leadership and Global Impact. I have Basil here with me to kind of help with any tech and kind of field any questions. So please feel free to use the chat and we can go ahead and get started. So first, we would just like you to meet our team. So we have a large team as part of the center, and you may interact with several or a few of the following individuals, depending on what program you are interested in. And we will be sending the slides after this for you to review as well. So just an agenda for today, we're just going to talk about the center and its mission, and then go into the specific programs that we offer and how you can enroll. So just to give an overview of the center, we are the Center for Leadership and Global Impact, and we focus on areas of thought leadership in the areas of leadership and organizational effectiveness as well. We use a world-class faculty that are internationally recognized. They do research on various topics in the leadership space, and then they develop curriculum for our programs based on their area of expertise. And we have both a domestic and global reach. And all of our partnerships are mutually beneficial and solution focused. So we want to be as impactful and effective as possible in our work. So first, we're kind of going to go through some of our programs. And if you have any specific questions, please use the chat. We're going to start here with Leadership Express, just because this is our shortest program. It's about 1 month in length. And we have different topics that we touch on in this program. So it is a 4-week, as I mentioned, professional development program. So these are hand-selected by our faculty based on their specific area of expertise, and they are all relevant to the world of work today. This is a completely virtual program, and you also receive 2 one-on-one coaching sessions. Those may be it could also be a group coaching session as well. It depends on what the facilitator recommends. And those coaching sessions really allow the program to be tailored and personalized to your needs and your role as a professional. Some of the program benefits. We focus on skill development in very specific areas. So we have some statistics here that 7 in 10 employers say analytical thinking is essential, and a demand for resilience, agility, and leadership continues to rise. So that's kind of what we are also seeing with companies that we're working for. Some soft skills are really crucial in the workplace as well. And we work, specifically with UB faculty. So you're really getting the cutting edge, insights and frameworks that are being developed as part of UB being a research institution. And then I kind of already touched on our coaching opportunities, but that's just a great accountability tool and really allows you to take what you're learning in the classroom and apply it to your role. So just to talk about the 2 topics that we have coming up in the new year. So starting on January 8th, we have our faculty expert, Marsha King, who is an executive leadership coach and director of our leadership coaching certification. We'll be doing the topic, creating a mind shift to achieve the culture you want. So this will talk about mental models and how by refining your internal frameworks, you're able to become a better problem solver and sharpen your critical thinking. So like I said, that starts January 8th. It'll run every week for 1 month. And the cost of that program is $9.90. And we do find that you can request at your company, if there's professional development funds set aside for you, we see a lot of folks utilize those benefits from their company to fund this. And then we have the next topic will be in February, also with Marsha King. It will be on developing others to expand capacity. So this is a great precursor. If you yourself are thinking about taking the leadership coaching certification, it'll kind of be a bit of a teaser into what is happening in that larger 8-month program. But really anyone can gain skills from this topic. If you're in a manager role, or even if you're an up-and-coming leader, you'll be learning how coaching can improve your ability to mentor and guide others that you work with. And that starts February 5th. And then looking ahead to spring, we have 2 more topics led by Celine Cruzan. She's one of our professors of entrepreneurship here at UB. She will be doing innovation mindset for leaders in April, and then leading across generations, building a thriving multi-generational workforce. That's a really popular topic that we see. And it will kind of talk about how to manage communication styles and work expectations amongst different generations. And that begins at the end of April and goes into May. So in terms of next steps, I'm going to ask just that Basil put our webpage and registration link in the chat so you can learn more there. And if there are any questions, please use the chat and we're happy to answer them. But I will keep going just because we have, limited time. So now I will talk about our next, after Leadership Express, our kind of next available program is our Leadership Accelerator program. So this is a bit of a longer program. It's going to take about 3 months. We typically think that this is more suited for mid-level managers and above, or C-suite executives, directors as well. And I'll kind of give an overview of that. So there'll be 6 3-hour workshops, and this program is offered in person in downtown Buffalo at the Gateway Building, alternating with 6 1-hour coaching sessions. And so these are one-on-one sessions. You're developing a leadership development plan and an action learning project that allows you to take what you're learning and have a plan for how you're going to implement it in the workplace. So last year, I participated in this program and I was able to work on assertive communication as part of my leadership development plan. And then I was, created a toolkit on how to make sure that I'm still practicing those skills that I learned even after the program ends. And then some of the benefits is that some of the things that I really want to highlight is that it is very personalized. So you are in a larger group during the workshops, but in the coaching sessions, you're really able to bring to the forefront what it is you want to work on, or even, speak with your manager, what is an area of improvement you would like to see in me, and kind of collaborate on that, and then work towards developing that with the help of your personal coach. And so this is a great opportunity to do that. So these are some of the workshop topics. So like I said, I will send this around after the session for you to review. But we like to have a large scope of topics that really any manager can benefit from. So we have, effective communication, servant leadership, negotiation skills. Again, we're seeing that intergenerational workforce, we kind of dive in a bit deeper there. So this kind of gives a good overview of that. And then we offer admission to this program in both the fall and the spring. I'll make sure that I have the dates. I think they're on the next slide. But this program starts February 25th. And we typically ask that you have at least 5 years of professional work experience, and then an application is required. And then once you start the program, there are some assessments that you will be taking. And something really unique about this program is that you will be taking a 360 professional feedback assessment. So this is where you are getting feedback from colleagues, direct reports, or supervisors on your workplace performance. And then with your coach, you're kind of looking at that, analyzing it, seeing how that critical feedback or positive feedback you can implement into your leadership development plan. So it's very eye-opening, but it's very helpful in helping you achieve success in your role. And the program fee for this is a bit under $4,000. And the payment for that is due February 19th. And we do have some discounted seats available to University at Buffalo employees and some executive MBA folks, if that applies to you. Does anyone have any questions so far?
Yeah.
Yes, David. Hi.
Hi, David Jacobs. I'm in the School of Pharmacy faculty. How would you differentiate? I know there's a little bit, sounds like more depth in the second program versus the first program. Is that how you would differentiate the two essentially? Like, how do you make suggestions but on an individual basis of which one to pursue?
Yes, so I would say the Leadership Accelerator program is definitely someone who wants to, dive deeper into their personal leadership development journey. There's going to be a lot of like self-awareness work and kind of goal setting for how you want your professional and leadership, journey to look like. And that is a longer program at 3 months. And it is in person. So there is, a commitment piece where you will have to, show up 6 times every other week. Leadership Express is really for folks who want to dive deep on just one topic and kind of upskill kind of on their lunch hour. That's typically when we offer it. And it's only 1 month. So you're able to kind of get in, get out, and do what you need to do. But if you have any like individual questions, we're definitely happy to chat with you about what makes the most fit, maybe towards the end. So
That would be good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that question. So next we'll talk about the leadership coaching certification. Oh, okay. There we go. So an overview of the program. So this is an 8-month program, and there's 3 or 4 different modules. We have the foundations of coaching, assessment and feedback, advanced coaching, and a practicum piece. So this program is for folks who either want to become a leadership coach as like a new career path, or if you work in a current management role, if you want to get better at mentoring and coaching your supervisees, this is a great program to do that. And each of these different modules will have a different focus. So like foundations, you're kind of again, doing some self-awareness work and kind of understanding the language that you use as a coach and just the basics. And then assessment and feedback is important because that is how assessments is how we kind of gain like data and information when working with an individual to like highlight their strengths, highlight their communication style, their areas of improvement. And then advanced coaching uses our network of coaches to provide specialized training on different areas based on everyone's expertise. So you really get connected to a larger leadership coaching network that you can draw on in the future. And then the practicum allows you to coach two people. So you're gaining real world experience before you leave the program and start coaching on your own. Yes, so some of the benefits is that you get that practicum piece. There is ongoing support, so everyone is part of a coaching circle. So you're paired with other students to work through and practice coaching every week. And within those coaching circles, you have one or two faculty coaches. And those are people who are have went through the program or have their own coaching business and have that experience and are mentoring you throughout the program. And admission for this program is in the fall. We do ask that you have at least 10 years of professional work experience. We require you to submit an application. There are some assessments that we offer during this program that you must take, and then attendance is mandatory for this program. And then just to wrap us up for today, I will talk about our conflict management certification. So this is one of our newer programs. It is 6 sessions. It'll take place over the course of 2 months. And this really dives deep into how to respond to conflict in the workplace. So the overview of the program, there will be 6 sessions that are live, synchronous, but also hosted virtually. You'll have peer learning, role play practice, different reflection prompts, and skill-based assignments. And then the culmination of this program is that you walk away with a final capstone project, and you will develop a culturally responsive conflict action plan based on a specific workplace scenario that you're dealing with right now. And then some of the benefits of the program. So you really gain insight into how culture, identity, and generational differences are influencing conflict. You're learning practical tools of how to turn, tensions that happen within the workplace and turn that into areas of growth for your team. And then again, this piece of, a practical application where you're walking away with a conflict resolution plan that is tailored to your needs is something that is very valuable. And then for this program, we have admission in the winter session. So this will begin in January, coming up in 1 month on January 16th. It will take place between 7 and 9 a.m. That is Eastern time in Zoom. There are some weekly assignments that are needed, and then there's an action plan that you will complete by the end of the program. And I think that is the end of that for today. One thing I forgot to mention was that our Leadership Accelerator program, the Leadership Coaching Certification Program, and then our Conflict Management Certification Program all offer micro-credentials once you complete the program. And so that's something that you can highlight on your LinkedIn profile, and it will share that you are certified in that topic. So please stay in contact with us today. and you can connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and then we will stick around if you have any questions. But thank you so much for everyone who attended. We appreciate your time, and we hope to stay connected with you as well.